What's going on, guys? Welcome to the weekly live chat. We do these every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I'm a little bit late tonight. I knew I was going to be a little bit late. That's why I scheduled it for 6:15. But it's the week of UFC 280, Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev. I basically have been streaming all week. So you guys can forgive me for being a hair late, just a little bit late today. We've literally done probably 24 hours of streaming at this point. But I'm sure today's chat is majority going to be about UFC 280. We can talk about Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev, TJ Dillashaw, Aljamain Sterling, Petr Yan, Sean O'Malley, Gamrot versus Dariush, Manafur versus Caitlin Chukagian, Bilal Muhammad, Sean Brady, Makhmed Muradov versus Caio Borralho, Islam Makhachev versus Malcolm Gordon, and pretty much any fights on the UFC 280 card, which is one of the best cards ever. One of the best cards ever. So I'm here. We're going to do the weekly live chat. I'm going to answer all your questions. We're going to talk about UFC 280 some more. We're going to beat UFC 280 to death. So we'll get to it. Before I get into anything, it is October 19th, 2022. The channel is on the brink of 5,500 subscribers. We are at 5,496 subscribers on the channel. Thank you to everyone who's watched my UFC 280 in-depth prediction videos. I have linked them all down in the very description of this live chat in case anybody's looking for them and for some reason cannot find them. But as always, do me a favor and like the stream and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate that. And throw some questions in the chat. Okay. Let's see. What's up, Brandon? What's up, Sagar? What's up, Constantly Growing? What's up, French Fries? Good morning, Joe. Guess who I saw today? Marab. He has a huge head. I asked him if it's true you don't want to face Aljo. He said yes, then told me he's not being honest. Then he laughed. I wonder what that means. Does that mean he'll face him? I don't know what to make of that. But thank you for filling me in. Hardcore MMA Joey fans here first. Sorry, not a member anymore. Just bought a house and have a really tight budget. Have to really budget is what you said. No big deal, man. I appreciate the support when you can. If you can't, that's fine too. It's an optional thing. I appreciate you nonetheless, man. Joining the live streams, watching the videos, liking the videos, commenting on the videos. I appreciate it nonetheless. And I hope everything is well with your new house purchase. Hey, Patricia. I don't know what we're talking about there. If I had your O'Malley shirt, I would wear it and yell MMA Joey for no reason. Are you going to the event? Are you actually going to the physical card? That's what I need to know. Okay, where we at? Andy says he's lurking. Constantly Growing says O'Malley emoji. Brady by sub is plus 900, 9-1. Are they dumb? I don't think it's super likely. Bilal's very tough, but I mean, if you want to, maybe throw $20 on that. Hello, Homework. Hello, Andy. Rooting for Brady. Derek said Joey Wednesday stream. Yep, always. We're always streaming on Wednesdays. Hey, I'm here. All is well. If you need to pee, I can handle the questions. Appreciate you. I think all your 280 predictions are over 1,000 views. Let me go check that out real quick. YouTube. Let's go see what I got here. I know they all have done pretty well. So, for the most part. Oh, I'm looking at my YouTube page. I should go to my studio page and have more up to date. Let's go to YouTube Studio. My Makhachev or my Oliveira versus Makhachev video has 4,600 views. Sterling Dillashaw has almost 1,400 views. Yan O'Malley prediction has 2,500 views. Dariush Gamrot has almost 2,000 views. It's about 1,900 actually. Caitlin Chukagian Manafur is only at 900 views or almost at 900. So I don't know if that'll get to 1,000, but I knew people weren't going to be super interested in that fight. But I wanted to do that prediction video anyway because it is a solid fight that does deserve a little bit of attention. Muhammad versus Brady is at 2,500 views, and Makhachev versus Malcolm Gordon is at 1,200 views. So pretty much Let's see if Chukagian Fuhrer is still getting views right as we speak. Yeah, it's getting decent views. It's getting like 30 views an hour, so that'll probably hit 1,000 by the time we get to Saturday. If you really think about it, we're 72 hours out. 72 hours from now, we will know the results of UFC 280. 72 hours away from UFC 280. That is nuts. That is nuts. Whew, I'm really looking forward to this card. But yeah, all my 280 content, like if I have a playlist on my channel. Now these views are going to be a little bit different because YouTube Studio updates faster. But if you go through and go back to like Worth Your Money, it's at 3,200 views. Volkanovski videos at 4,000 views. Reasons I Love UFC 280 at 3,300 views. Reasons I Hate UFC 280, 3,700 views. I Hate Petr Yan versus Sean O'Malley for not being 5 rounds, 2,100 views. Everything on the 280 playlist, which is linked down in the description, is doing amazing. Amazing. I mean, there's probably 100,000 views there, if not more, at this point, just from that playlist alone. And right now, we're a little less than 30,000 views away from 1 million views on the channel. So, okay, back to the thing. Keep filling the chat with questions, guys. And the streams have been doing great. Last night, we had about like 115, 120 people in the stream. The channel just keeps growing and keeps climbing. The cards sold out in 2 days. That sucks. Joey, give me $1,000 bet to place for this card. I bet go on TJ Dillashaw. It's crazy to get 4,600 views on your video. It's very good for my channel. Yeah. It may not seem like much to some. Oh, you only got 5,000 views. For my channel, it's very good. And they're quality views too. I have a high viewer retention. So that's why that video is getting recommended so much. And the main event prediction is one of my best videos I've ever recorded, I feel like. So it's perfect that it got a lot of views. It drawed in a lot of people. Did you hear that Charles had laser eye surgery and his vision is 100% now? Imagine how much that could help him. Yeah, that's very intriguing. I did hear that's a new mythical fighter. 20/20 vision, Charles Oliveira. I can't effing wait. I would agree with you. 280, 72-hour stream starts now. Yeah, right. What's up, JJ Smoke? Appreciate you. Do the fighters get a new belt each time they defend it? It used to be like that. I believe it has changed, though, and now they just get a ruby for their current belt. The UFC cheaped out on it. But it used to be they got a new belt. They didn't bring their belt with them when they defended it. And if a new champion was crowned, they didn't give up their belt. So I think basically now you're just given a ruby for each title defense. That's it. So the UFC is a bunch of cheap asses. That's why you'll see a bunch of older champions with like a bunch of belts. Like they'll show their house. They have like 10 belts in their house, or like TJ Dillashaw probably has quite a few belts because he's, one of the older champions in a way. So, yep. But I believe now they're just adding little red rubies. So they don't have to give them a new belt every time. Can you imagine? I wonder how much those belts actually cost. They sell them for like $500. On the Paris card, all the Frenchmen won, cleaned house. Do you think the Muslims, Russians will win on 280? No, I do not. Maybe a good portion of them, but not every fight. Joey, what's for dinner tonight? Have not decided yet. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But I still got to make my Tapology picks before I forget, because I'm going to forget that it's a lot of times I'll just go in on Saturday and do it and finish it up. But I got to remember that it starts early. They're $300K. You mean $300, not $300K. No way, they're $300,000. Remember when Chael Sonnen bought a replica belt and was like parading around with it? What's the probability of Darren Till pulling out? Very, very high. Very, very high. What is up, Billy? They're not $300,000. You can buy a replica belt online. UFC replica belt. I'm looking at it right now. Boom. It's $850 apparently. So I don't know what you mean. Real UFC belt for sale. Maybe if someone's like auctioning one off. Yeah, I mean, you can get a Charles Oliveira signed replica belt for $2,500. So I don't know what you mean. I mean, the replicas are the same damn thing. I mean, the replicas are the exact same thing as the real ones. I don't see what the difference is. Maybe I'm wrong. So I have no idea where you're finding a real belt. They don't sell them anywhere. The replica belts are just UFC belts essentially. But either way, nobody's buying that shit anyway. Joey is my best. I don't know what that means. Not a fake. Are you ready for Sugar Sean knocking Petr Yan out? He's gonna. Okay, dude, come on. Stop with the same damn message every stream, dude. It's getting old. I'm sure broke old champions do sell their belts. Wouldn't surprise me. Crazy that UFC's. Yeah, he's not gonna fight. That's just a promotional tactic, dude. He's an ambassador for the UFC. That's all it is. That is all it is. He's an ambassador. Okay, read that. Would you rather buy a replica belt or a Venom gear? Venom gear all the way. What do you think about Charles saying that he will fight Volk at 145 next January or December? He says he can make weight. Very interesting. It's bold plans. Will it actually happen? Most likely not. He says he wants to fight Volk twice. He says he wants to fight Volk, defend his lightweight belt against Volk, and then go down to 45 and take Volk's 45 belt. Not going to happen, okay? Because he says he wants to beat him in January and then beat him in Perth in February for the featherweight title to become double champion. Now, I respect it. And if anyone could pull it off, it'd probably be Charles Oliveira. But it's most likely not going to happen. It's just the laws of averages. It's just there's something. Someone's going to get injured or there's going to be a cut or some excuse or whatever. Why are Muslims taking over and dominating the UFC? I don't know if that's necessarily true. They do very well, but I don't know. Can you talk about what it would take for you to miss this card being scheduled to work? I would quit my job before I miss this card. I would miss my friend's wedding. I would miss my friend's birthday. I don't know what it would take. It would basically take someone that I care about like being in danger essentially for me to miss this card. So that's pretty much all it would be, you know. Even if a friend called me up and said, "Hey, I'm broken down on the side of the road," I'd be like, "Look, call an Uber, and if you don't have the money, I'll call you an Uber. I'm not missing this." So, let me know in the chat, what would it take for you guys to miss UFC 280? What would need to happen for you to miss UFC 280? That's what I need to know. I'm curious. What would you miss it for? I wish they had more Charles Oliveira like autograph merch. The Abu Dhabi posters, signed Abu Dhabi posters, already out of stock. I want this Charles Oliveira framed photo from 274. Who's going to buy that for me? It's him versus Justin Gaethje. It's beautiful, and it comes in a frame, and the frame's really nice. I'm a sucker for a real nice frame. I'm a sucker for a really nice frame. So who's going to buy me that? Let me see this picture. Yeah, that's sweet. That is very sweet. Put it this way, Joey's streaming the fight in the hospital while his fiance gives birth. Now, I'm not even going to the hospital. I'm not missing. They got spotty service. You can give birth on her own. Only thing I'm worried about is Charles is his stance. He's very straight up, as it's difficult to get him down with the speed of Islam versus someone who has a lower base similar to Khabib's. Okay. We'll see. I'm worried about Oliveira getting clipped on the feet badly. I put my picks on Discord. I'll have to check them out. What would happen if Charles gets stripped again and beats Islam? Well, he wouldn't get stripped again. What would happen is it would be a non-title fight. It would be a non-title fight, essentially. What's going on? I would miss my own dad's funeral to, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't go. I would miss a funeral for that. I mean, honestly, it's for the funerals are for the living either. I told my wife to reschedule her C-section because I can't be missing the fight card this weekend. I'll take that as it's true. What's your favorite UFC merch that you own? Probably my Khabib Nurmagomedov autograph is my favorite. So basically, medical emergency of a family member. That'd be pretty much it. That'd be pretty much it. Umar will be bantamweight champion. Islam lightweight. Roman Rachmanov or Hamzat welterweight. Ankalaev light heavy. Very possible. It is very possible, but we'll see. Yeah, yep, I agree. That's pretty much all that would be for me, or someone I know is in danger and needs my help. That's the only thing that I could think of that would get me to miss the card. And even then, I'm going to be pissed. And I'd watch it on my phone regardless of where I was going. Imagine I somehow got arrested, like right before I go out for breakfast or something, I get arrested. What is your opinion on Ian Gary? I think he could be legit. Is he legit? Is he not legit? I don't know, man. I didn't like the way he looked against, I think it was Jordan Williams or something along those lines. Can't remember his name. But I think he looks all right, and he looks like he's improving still. Dude, even if I had somewhere to be, I'd be watching on my phone. I agree 150%. 150%. I kind of wish the prelims were garbage so I didn't have to wake up at 10 a.m. Now, I'm glad the prelims are good. If you were to give Charles advice to win the fight, what would be the main thing you would tell him to keep an eye out for certain style? Honestly, the thing I'm most worried about is this is going to sound crazy, the striking power of Islam Makhachev. Because I genuinely could see Oliveira rushing out with no respect for Islam's power and getting KO'd himself. I watched Islam versus Arman a few minutes ago, and Arman was putting Islam in all kinds of submission attempts. It's crazy to see how easily he got them with no resistance from Islam. Well, he didn't get them. He lost the fight. And also, that was many, many years ago. But I get what you're saying. Volk would step in? No, it wouldn't. No, that wouldn't. They would just make Islam versus Charles. They would keep it together. Patty can't beat anyone in the top 15. I agree. I'd only miss it for money, or some evil villain has my mom on the train track somewhere. I call for help. I watched the card and call for help. Super excited to watch the event live. Just reached Abu Dhabi waiting. Are you for real? Are you for real or are you kidding? I find that hard to believe. But that's awesome if so. I hope you have a good time if you're serious. If you're serial, something inside me is telling me Oz versus Islam won't happen for some reason. Well, I don't want to know what's inside you telling you that, my friend. I don't want to know what's inside there. Charles ought to be careful with throwing kicks. Islam jumps on you with a takedown after catching your kick, kind of like Khabib did. Yeah, I just have something tells me if Islam ends up winning, he's just going to like chin Oliveira in the first round somehow, because Oliveira is going to come out with no respect for the striking, just worried about the takedown and get clipped. From 100%, how many percent chance Islam has KO Oliveira to out cold? Honestly, I'd give it about like a 20% chance. I think it's possible. Nah, I give it like a 15% chance. It's possible. The variables would be right, just right. As in Oliveira's worried about the takedown. He comes in super aggressive, and he could get clipped. I mean, he's been rocked so many times. It's bound to happen. He's going to get shut off. I think Islam is chinny. Santos dropped him with a jab, hence why Islam has such tight defense. Okay. I'm not going to 280, but today was open workout. When Charles came out, the first booed him, but that was because he came out right after Islam, but they sang happy birthday to him. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Dude, that's cool you got to go. I wish I could have went. Islam has some sick boxing fakes. Dude, better now. English is my second language, so sorry if it was hard to understand what I'm saying. It's no big deal, dude. I understand what you meant. No big deal. Bro, Oliveira will submit your toe or choke your... All right. Yeah, that's fair enough. Islam via first round obliteration. Well, you're going to find out in 72 hours. I think the treetop single could be a valuable weapon for Islam since there is no submission threat there. We'll see what he has to do. He has really good throws, really good trips. He gets that back body lock and works from there, drags you to the ground. So the fight's going to be super compelling while it lasts. I can't wait for this fight. I cannot wait for it. Guys, do me a favor if you have not already. Scroll down for 1 second and like the stream. It helps push it out. We're trying to get to 10K before the end of the year. We're about to be at 5,500. If you like the stream, more people get recommended it, and then it grows and grows and grows and grows. And the next thing you know, boom. Joe would greatly appreciate it. Joe, what if there's a dumb ref in there and ends the fight when he sees Oliveira eventually drop into the ground? Oh, my God. I pray there's no tomfoolery with the refs. There's a part of me that worries that a laser eye surgery might be disorienting, uncomfortable for Charles during the fight since he's not used to it. We'll see. I mean, everything is. I mean, I just want there to be a decisive outcome. I don't want everyone to be fighting afterwards. Oh, this happened, that happened. I just want a decisive outcome. You should make a bunch of short 2-3 minute videos about each possible outcome for Charles versus Islam, so you can post a video immediately after the fight and get a boost in views for the 280 video. Nah, that's scammy, dude. That's scammy. Everyone talks about what happens if Charles fights from his back. What would happen if Charles takes Islam down? Let's say slams him down and ends up on top of Islam. I think Islam scrambles right back to his feet. But does he get guillotined or does he give up his back in the midst of it? I say 51% Oliveira, 49% Islam, and I'm rooting for Islam. It's a close fight for sure. Except for Petr Yan, the entire UFC card is on an 84 fight win streak. And I consider Petr Yan winning his last 3 fights, or the last 2 fights that he lost, if that makes sense. Thank you for liking the stream. I greatly appreciate it very, very much. It means the utmost to me. Islam got knocked down one time and the ref called it fight ending KO. It was a KO. He got KO'd. He was out cold. So I already watched it. I have a screenshot on my phone. Matter of fact, for the people that don't think Adriano Martins KO'd Islam Makhachev, let's take a look at a screenshot I took. He was flash KO'd and he was out. There you go. Yeah, this is Islam not being KO'd right here. That's Islam not being KO'd. What do you guys think of that? I mean, that's a clear KO right there. That is a clear KO. For sure. So, I don't know why people say that. It was a perfect stoppage. And, I mean, was it a flash KO? Yes. Would he have recovered? No. No. Have you watched the embeddeds? Dariush looks incredibly old. Dariush always looks like he's like 75 at the minimum. So, but no, I have not watched the embeds. I have not watched a single interview. I have not watched a single media day. I have not saw anything, to be honest. Islam versus Charles, 50-50 for Gamrot versus Dariush, super high-level fight. I'm so excited. There's so many high-level fights. There's so many high-level fights. Read that. Islam got read that. Joe, if Charles goes out and beats Islam in dominant fashion, finishing all top 5, then goes to beat number 1 pound for pound Volk, would this make him the greatest fighter of all time across all weight classes? There could be an argument for that. I don't know if I think that's a little bit early, but there's an argument to make. Already read that. Good old hokey pokey Herb Dean will be there. Indecisive Herb Dean. Joe, what's the smartest bet on this card? I don't know anything about odds, but I'm really confident TJ wins. I'm really confident Petr wins, and I'm really confident Makhachev wins. So take for that what you will. Take for that what you will. Do you see Islam defending it against Volk and then Dariush Gamrot Fiziev? Yes. Why do I feel like TJ Naljo is being completely overshadowed? It is. It is. Racist favorite to least favorite? I'm not even sure what that means. Would a Do Bronx win cement him as a lightweight go for you? Yes. Yeah, the Adriano Martins fight is what you meant, but yeah. Gamrot versus Oliveira, sign me up. Are you asking me who I think would win? I'd pick Oliveira. Oliveira gets flash code in every fight, okay. Why people always bringing up Charles' old losses when he got TKO'd as a younger fighter when Islam got knocked out to one knee by a jab when he tried to throw a right uppercut? I'm not sure exactly what fight I guess you're referencing the Martins fight, but I don't know. But I don't know why they keep bringing it up. Joe, you got to work on Saturday morning. You're fired. What are you saying to that? All right. Won't see you. Do you think Charles or Islam wins? I got Charles. Who has better takedowns in your opinion, Habib or Islam? Habib. I was at the open workout today in Yaz Mall. Energy was electric. That's awesome. I would have loved to have been there. Imagine Herb Dean stops the fight of Islam, knocks down Oliveira. I'd be pissed. It depends what it looks like, but I know what you're saying. You had like a terrible stoppage. I'm leaning Charles because he doesn't have the same fear of getting taken down like other guys have against Islam. I see Islam getting hurt badly on the feet. Yeah, I agree. What's up, Dabrowski? Let's say instead of Jones fighting Reyes, he fought DC at heavyweight. Who would have won? Jones would have won. I think Charles wins by first round TKO. I got Charles by first round TKO. What's next for Sugar if he loses? Probably some type of very winnable fight, which is weird because how do you go from number one to fighting like somebody outside the rankings? I don't know. But I feel like the UFC would give him something relatively easy or very manageable. If Sugar loses, they will probably match him up with. I don't know. I find it hard to believe they give him anyone in the top 15. I'm going to make a prediction. If Sean O'Malley loses to Yan, they'll give him Frankie Edgar if Frankie Edgar wins his fight at MSG. Just because Frankie Edgar is a very winnable fight over a legend of the sport. Are you as hyped for this card as Habib versus Conor? Yes, if not more. But it's very similar. I think 3-4 more finishes after Islam Oliveira could be considered the GOAT of MMA as long as doesn't go on a dominant run. Jones doesn't go on a dominant run at heavyweight. Yeah, I know what you mean. Did you see there's a fight in South Korea in early February? Would you like to see the main event? Who would I like to see as main event? I don't know. I don't want Korean Zombie as the main event. I get he's probably going to end up being the main event, but it shouldn't be. Would you rather have Cruz as a replacement commentator instead of Felder? No, I like Felder. Demir versus Fiziev. I would rather have Cruz replace DC. Demir versus Fiziev, a fight I hope we see one day. We probably will. Are you excited for the weigh-ins and press stuff? I'm excited for everything, but I'm not particularly, I'm not big on the press conference or the weigh-ins ever. Never have been for any card. Obviously, TKZ, there you go. What time is it where you are? It's 5 a.m. in Melbourne. Why are you watching this at 5 a.m., my friend? It is 6:48 p.m. where I'm at. Mad confident Gamrot gets a finish at the moment. All righty. Nah, I mean, Islam fought with Ramos and he ate a jab and he went down to one knee immediately. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Islam by second round KO ground and pound. You heard it here first. Yeah. I heard it here first. I'd be super intrigued to see Fiziev versus Islam one day. That'd be a killer fight. If O'Malley loses, they should rebook the Pedro fight. That's another matchup I could see them making. What happens to Yan if he loses? He's going to be in a tricky spot. But he'll fight probably like Marlon Vera or something. When was the last time you picked a winner in a main event? I don't know. I don't remember what's the last two fight nights I got wrong because they were garbage fight nights, but not great picks. But I feel like a lot of people, well, not a lot of people had the last one. Let's see. Main event. Dern, Xiaonan. I picked Corey Sandhagen, so literally recently. So I picked Sandhagen to win. I got Tony Ferguson wrong. I got Whitaker. Okay, that's not a main event. I got Gane right. That was easy. Usman should have won. I got Marlon Vera over Cruz. I got Jamal Hill over Thiago Santos, and I think it was pretty close to a super accurate prediction. I got Nunes win. I don't know what my exact main event prediction rate is because I stopped calculating it. My main event prediction rate is really, really good. So I don't know if that's supposed to be funny, but I think he fights Cruz. Frankie Edgar at MSG is a retirement fight. Okay. That makes sense. It'll probably be Cruz. I can see giving Sean O'Malley, Rafael Sunsao if Sugar loses. That would kind of make sense. Joe, what would you do if the whole card is filled with eye pokes, finish, controversial finishes, injured? Stop. I'd be pissed. Joe, I'm with you on the TJ pick. Like, unless TJ is finally washed, he should stun Aljo. Yeah, people think Aljo has great takedowns. He doesn't have great takedowns. He has good jiu-jitsu and good top control once he gets you down. The takedowns aren't that good, and TJ has good takedown defense. Cheeto versus Sean, too. Sign me up, but I don't think the UFC would book it, and I don't think Sean would want it. What's up, Tommy? Cruz is a Habib hater. Is he? Is he now? I don't know where you got that from. Bilal versus Brady, the winner can finally be called the decisionator. Yeah. Even though it was zero significance to anything, I wouldn't mind Barboza versus TKZ fight. Yes. I personally feel the media has played a big role in firing up the main event. I mean, I guess so. I'm thinking Ian Gary should fight Wonderboy Holland, loser next. I mean, there's endless options for Ian Gary. He's still outside the rankings, so there's endless options. Hey, Joey, what's going on? What's up beside you? What is going on, my friend? What is going on, my friend? It shouldn't be TKZ, but no other South Korean with his name value, so he kind of has to be. Whose plan was more crazy? Usman's plan to move up to light heavyweight to fight Chimaev or Oliveira, saying he's going to move. Both of them are equally as crazy, but Usman's more crazy probably. A little bit more, slightly. And not realistic. If Piotr wins, he should fight Henry Cejudo. No, he's getting a title shot. Do you think Charles will shake hands? Yes, 100%. After a win over Song, who should Sandhagen fight next? Chito Vera. Remember me? I don't know. Maybe a donation will jog my memory. Tanver. Maybe. Saw a couple of Dariush's interviews today, and the kind of attitude he has, I don't feel like he gets a title shot even if he wins. Dude, he looks like he's like 95, so I don't know. He's gonna be retired before he gets a title shot. Seems like they have Rodriguez versus Lemos as a main event for replace on November 5th. Would you rather see D-Rod Magny? No. D-Rod Magny is god-awful, too. I mean, it's not god-awful. It's just not great as a main event. It's a god-awful main event is what I meant to say. Rodriguez-Lemos is a good fight, though. But I don't know if I want it as a main event. Would you want to see Sean versus Chito headline a fight night if Sean wins, or should Chito fight Sandhagen? I'm okay with either one of those options, but Sean's getting a title shot if he wins. What are some differences you've seen in Malley and Sandhagen if you compare them for the Yan fight? Everything. Sandhagen has more power. Sandhagen has more diverse striking. Sandhagen has more technical ability. Sandhagen has fought more elite competition. O'Malley has more power. There you go. What would you do if your alarm didn't wake you up and you finally wake up and it's 6 p.m.? I don't set an alarm most of the time, but I'll be up probably before. I'll probably be up at like 7 or 8 anyway. Yeah, you say this every time. Yep. How many have more gimme fights can the UFC give Patty before they have to book him? Probably like 3. What's up, Pivo? Needleshaw loses. We'll see. TJ in Hungary can't cheat now because USDA, USADA is stricter. That's why TJ will lose. TJ looks like he's still on the juice, though. TJ looks like he's still on the juice. Would you give O'Malley much of a chance against Dillashaw, assuming they both win their fights? I mean, if he beats Petr Yan, all bets are off. I don't know. TJ uses kicks frequently. I see Aljo grabbing his. I just don't think it's super likely. Maybe I'm delusional, but I think TJ beats the shit out of Aljo and finishes him in the later rounds. They're going to do TKZ versus Giga. Ew. Aljo has okay takedowns. It's really just spamming nonstop. Reminds me of Sloppy Maya when Maya has. Yes. Him and Maya's takedowns are similar. They're not the greatest, but once they get a hold of you and they drag you down, you know. Jamal Hill would slaughter Usman. Exactly. Agreed 150%. Cejudo versus Murad prediction in a 3-round. I go Cejudo all day. UFC 280 this weekend. Can you believe it's here? I know. Yes or no in the chat. Are you joining me Saturday watching UFC 280? I'm live streaming during UFC 280. Yes or no in the chat. Are you going to join me? Might be my last pay-per-view stream for the year. Shavkat versus Jeff Neal would have been a better main event over Gastelum Amivov. Yes, it would have been. Sandhagen fights are easy to watch. That they are. Sandhagen Yan is one of my favorite fights ever. Will Justin Gaethje fight Fiziev? He should. Conor wants it. Will he fight McGregor? Or if Conor wants it, will he fight McGregor? He'll fight both. He'll definitely fight McGregor. I don't think he wants to fight Fiziev. I like TJ, but Aljo getting his back, choking him out. Disagree. How would Dariush versus Gamrot do against Fiziev? I think Fiziev beats them both, to be quite honest. Cheeto going to be champ. He's got too much power. I'm happy for you, brother. Thank you. Could Font versus Cruz be a great fight? Yeah, it'd be all right. Both have pillow punches. Yeah. TJ's always been on the juice. Exactly. Which is the current UFC champ you dislike the most? Probably Aljo. No, Carlos Barza. Carlos Barza, as far as females and males, Aljo. Dillashaw, absolutely not. People forget that Aljo has a good gas tank. He was gassing against Yan both fights. TJ can easily wait till the 4th or 5th round and really turn up the cardio. We'll see. We'll see. Joey, how many hours do you get of sleep? It depends, but usually not many. I mean, let's see. Wednesday night into Tuesday morning, I think I went to bed at like 3 and woke up at like, I want to say a little bit before 7. So whatever that is. I bet they run a promo UFC 280. I can't wait. This is a badass card this weekend. Yes, it is. Hell yeah. Besaiji's joining. French Fries joining. Muhammad's joining. You think they'll announce the main event for 282 this weekend? I feel like we're going to get disappointed. Everyone keeps saying that, and we're going to get disappointed. But maybe. Your analysis are getting to next level. Love it. Better than many old channels. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it. In my opinion, body kicks are going to break down O'Malley and punches will not get through Jan's guard. Yeah, I mean, Yan has such a good guard, and he shells up so well, and he moves with the shots as well, and he has nasty body kicks, and he has nasty leg kicks, and he's durable, and he has high-level experience. There's so many factors. Maya sloppy takedown, to be honest, are because some of the most boring fights in history, but Woodley and Silva get blamed and not the common denominator. And Maya, Maya's like skinning his knees looking for takedowns, to be quite honest. Skinning his knees. Only if it's a shower stream. I'll watch live, but I always watch your videos next day and enjoy. Where you been at then? Where you been at? I think Fiziev may be the guy who dethrones Charles. That's the one. That's what the one I'd probably pick against Charles now. I picked Charles in like every single fight. And I'd probably pick Fiziev over him. I have a weird feeling Francis John could be very boring fight because of how patient both fighters are. I would hope not. What is up, Ralph? Thank you for being a member. TJ comeback would be sick. I would love that, but it won't happen. Okay, we'll see. I mean, does cardio help you well against Jan in the second? I think you mean held up well against Jan in the second. Yeah, he wasn't as spastic in the first. I think is what you meant. Yeah. Gamrot versus Dariush going to be scramble fest. I mean, look at their fights with Carlos Diego Ferreira, but Beneil had more success holding Carlos Diego Ferreira down. That's because the fight lasted longer, right? Who has more of an ego when its fans talk about the legacy, Jones or Conor? Conor for sure. What if Chandler goes out and KOs Dustin Poirier in like 2.5 round, 2.5 minute of the, in like 2.5 minutes of the first round, then delivers a great speech? Will he get a title shot over Beneil Mateus winner? No, I'll say no because I don't want him to. Oliveira's going to take Makhachev into deep water. We will see. How excited are you from 280? I get nervous even though I'm not fighting. I like got a pit in my stomach just like hoping everything stays together. I want to Islam lose so the Eagle himself come back and finish the job. Could you imagine if he calls Habib out afterwards? If I'm in Charles's corner, I call out Habib afterwards. Is a Yan submission that crazy of a bet this weekend? I don't think it's that crazy. Joey, check out the Bronstetter interview with Dana White. I will have to check that out. How would Prime Silva done against Chuck and Tito? I have no idea. I didn't watch Prime Chuck and Tito. I mean, I've seen it a little bit. I think he beat Tito, but maybe gets KO'd by Chuck. But I don't know. He probably beats both of them. I'll pick Anderson over both of them. Sleep is very important. Yes, I know. Who would win Conor versus Jorge at 70? I would go Jorge. Oliveira Islam is kind of Somali, similar to Hamzat Burns. Hamzat was wrecking everyone. Then he had a razor close fight with Burns. There you go. Who would win Conor versus... Okay, read that. Look at Dana's facial expression when asked about John Jones. What is he like doing that little smirk? Is he doing that little smirk? Like, you'll find out. You'll find out. When we know, you'll know. When we want you to know, we'll know. That's the Dana White line right there. With all the controversy of recent weigh-ins, are you going to be watching them for 280? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't even know when they're on because of the time difference. I just find it funny. You look at the UFC pound-for-pound rankings, and Stipe Miocic sitting at number 15 all of a sudden. So, I love how Charles always jumps in the cage and runs around celebrating, kissing everyone. That would be great fun to see again. Yeah, I mean, Charles always has a good celebration. Is Charles versus Islam with their 10-11 win streaks bigger fight than Stipe Jones? Probably not, but for me, I'd be like equally excited as both of them. Do you think Oliveira can go up to 170 and beat Leon? No, too small. Leon would probably KO him, honestly. If Beneil and Chandler both win, they should fight for number one contender after Volk. There you go. Only way I picture O'Malley winning is a lucky head kick. You're probably right. I see him, if I see him winning, I see him landing like a picture-perfect straight right in between the guard of Petr Yan, just sitting him down and then following up with a perfect kill shot as Yan like puts his hands on the mat to try to get himself back to his feet. Did you see that Oliveira called him a goblin and said he'd send him to Eagle FC? That's hilarious. Is there any chance that Petr Yan's going to look to wrestle Sean? Yes, there's a good chance he could. Imagine the scene if Charles knocks out Islam and then cuts a Colby Covington promo. That'd be hilarious. Do you think we'll see Jones Stipe? It seems like it. It seems like it with all the recent news and Stipe re-entering the rankings and all that good stuff. Can Charles beat any top 5 welterweight? No. It's crazy that if Charles wins this fight, he will have actually 4 total wins with only 1 defense. Yep. Oliveira's the most genuine fighter, in my opinion. Maybe so. Maybe so. I haven't thought of every fighter as what's their genuineness, but Joe, have you seen O'Malley live streams on YouTube? The guy's been live streaming Warzone all week. Absolutely not. I don't watch O'Malley's live streams are the last thing I want to watch, and Warzone streams are the last thing I want to watch. Combine them together, and that's, atrocious. With an 8-week camp, who wins, Islam or RDA? I'd go Islam. O'Malley can win a decision. I think it's more likely than a head kick KO. O'Malley ain't winning a decision. He's gonna get lit up. He's just not on the same level as Petr Yan. There's levels to this. Apparently, Charles now has perfect vision. He had surgery. I've heard. We've talked about it on this very stream. We have talked about it on this very stream. I saw Cejudo. He says he thinks Oliveira can submit Leon. Don't think it's happening. What did you think about Zabit before he retired? Very promising prospect. Unfortunately, we never got to see him fight for a title. Izzy, any thoughts? He fights 3 weeks from Saturday. So we got another big pay-per-view coming up. Chances O'Malley rolls his ankle and dies again. 40%. Charles got LASIK. I don't know exactly what he got. Imagine Charles, after beating Islam, he called out Habib like Chandler did, and Habib see you at the top. It'd be interesting for sure. Piotr was definitely wrestle heavy during the open workout. Yeah, but it could be all a mirage. Number 1 versus number 11. Very interesting. Very interesting. Guys, do me a favor if you have not already, like the live chat. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys ran up the likes on the stream. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I do these live streams all the time, especially during a big fight week. So subscribe to the channel. I will be streaming Saturday for the fights, and I'll be doing a live post-fight immediately following UFC 280 as well. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. I would greatly appreciate it. We are 2 subscribers away from 5,500 subscribers. So we're almost there. We might get it on the stream. Go subscribe to the channel. Be one of the first 5,500 subscribers on the channel. Okay, now where are we at? Who knows? I might even be live tomorrow. I don't know yet. I'm definitely going to be live Friday for one championship and a pre-fight stream. I got to figure out the timing of that. But we'll see. We will see. Who gave Charles his hardest fight in his championship run? Chandler, probably. What's up? What's going on? What would O'Malley say post-fight if he gets flatline KO'd? He won't get a post-fight. Oh, if you mean like in the interview, like afterwards, like at the press conference, he probably wouldn't show up. But if he did, he would just say, oh, yeah, I zigged when I should have zagged, and, I want the rematch. It was a fluke. It was a fluke. How hyped are you about UFC 280? Unbelievably hyped. The Saturday is so hyped. Yeah, I know. Let's see this current Islam versus Tony Ferguson before the Justin Gaethje fight. Who would have won? Islam. I can't wait for the stare downs. Are they going to have a press conference like Usman Edwards? Supposedly. What if TJ doesn't make weight? Does O'Malley get the title shot? Nah, they wouldn't do that. Feels like Charles is the one heavily carrying jiu-jitsu on his back in the UFC. A lot of other BJJ specialists have been struggling. Could be. Charles Oliveira is going to put Islam to sleep with a rear naked choke. Dillashaw KO Sterling. I think O'Malley beats Yan. Going to be a badass card for sure. Yeah, it's going to be a sick card. It's going to be a very sick card. I'm really looking forward to it. We're already an hour into the stream. Almost an hour. I don't know how that happens. I don't know how that happens. What would be worse, oversleeping the card or making Charles pull out because he can't make weight? Depends what you mean by oversleeping the entire card. Oh God, then I guess it'd be that. I'd rather Charles pull out than oversleep in the card, but ugh. I mix this in. I don't always use OBS. I use OBS sometimes. I use StreamYard sometimes. Yup, after Islam wins, they will rematch 6 months for sure. Okay. Askren said if both fought Chimaev or Izzy in December, he'd probably win. Your thoughts? I don't trust any words that Askren says. I mean, he's a bum and he doesn't know what he's talking about. He also said he was going to beat up the YouTube boxer, and he also said he was going to, beat up Jorge Masvidal. We all saw what happened there, so I would take what his thoughts on it with a grain of salt. Hamzat versus Whitaker all day long. What if Conor corners Oliveira? It would be hilarious. Oliveira wouldn't want him in the corner. Twitch Call of Duty streamer versus Russian Muay Thai killer. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on here. Curious as to why you changed your pick from a couple months ago from Islam to Olives. I never changed my pick. I've always been 50-50 back and forth. So, and I've always leaned Oliveira. So I don't know what you're talking about. Charles gets knocked out, ground and pound, worse than Paul Felder to do him. No, he does not. I'm afraid for Olive's weight cut, he's already doing the sauna. Yeah, I seen a video of him today. He looked awful. Will Yan rely on leg kicks? He will use quite a few. He will be chopping. He will be chopping the legs of Sugar Sean O'Malley. Who is pound for pound best fighter on this card, not including the titles, just all that pure skills overall? Pound for pound best fighter on the card, Petr Yan. Would you rather have the power of spawning any amount of water bottles you need for a stream, or have YouTube not randomly scroll when your question is trying to have YouTube not randomly scroll? Because the waters ain't a big deal. But the scrolling, like what it is, if I try to scroll down just a little bit, it'll jump all the way to the bottom of questions. All the way to the bottom of the most recent chat. Which is actually infuriating. Man, I really hope everyone makes weight or I'm going to cry. Agreed. Sean will make Yan look like a scrub on the feet. We'll see. First time on here. Shout out. Thank you. Appreciate it. Emmett versus Jair for an interim title. Emmett versus Jair for an interim title will be announced for 280 very soon possible. Co-main third fight on the card for another possible for Jones Stipe. That'd be crazy. That would be nuts. But we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Give me 1 second. What's the ritual for weight cut? Is it 2-3 days? I have no idea. I think every fighter is different. Do you think Sean gets airlifted on Saturday? Nah, I think he's just gonna get sent unconscious and then probably taken in an ambulance to the hospital in the aftermath. But if he eats enough leg kicks, he will be getting airlifted out of there. Can you imagine? We see him. They got to bring out like the gator to cart him to the back, and then we see a chopper taking off in the distance. Can you imagine? That's just how Sean O'Malley is. But I hope if he loses, he leaves the octagon with no serious injury. Who would win, Font or Yanez? I would go probably Font at this point, but they're very similar. But Yanez has better power, so I don't know. What if Alves doesn't make weight and wins? What's next for him? I don't know. That'd be a catastrophe. Let's say Jones Stipe happens for 282. They also add Emmett versus Jair. Would it be better than 280? For me personally, no. Sent to the ambulance, no serious injury. What do you think is next for the Brady Bilal winner? They're like one fight away. One fight away from a welterweight title shot. I'm calling it from my source. Remember and clip this, okay? Calling what? What are you calling? If Yan have the body frame of a 145 or him and Volk would be the same size, how well would he do in the 145 against top 5? Like, I mean, if he was the same size as Volk, he would be basically Volk. Yeah, I think Petr Yan's skill for skill is probably better than Volk. Hot take. How you got Sean Brady versus Bilal? I got Sean Brady by decision. Just saw the UFC channel pre-fight press conference on Thursday. Okay. Chito Vera says he predicts O'Malley to beat Petr Yan. He can predict. I mean, him and Yan are kind of at odds right now, so doesn't surprise me. If Oliveira doesn't make weight, Volk is ready. No. Then the helicopter lands and the hospital says there's no serious injury. Yeah, he gets choppered to the hospital and then he has to walk home because he doesn't have any injury. He doesn't even need a wheelchair. Who would win, Hamzat? Robert Whitaker. I would take Robert Whitaker. Do you know when the weigh-ins are? I have no idea. Sorry. I have the UFC's giving airtime. Yes, the shit's dumb. That's why I don't even talk about it when people ask me about it. It's just all promotional horseshit. All promotional horseshit. If Volk stepped in on short notice, if one of them missed weight, does he have a chance against Oliveira or Makhachev? If Volk stepped in on short notice, if one of them missed weight, does he have a chance against Oliveira or Makhachev? I mean, he has a chance. I don't like his chance. But Volk's one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, so of course he has a chance. I don't know why I said champ there. Do you think Movsar might be the guy who dethrones Volk? I mean, if he can ever stay healthy. He doesn't seem like he can stay healthy. Who you got for Usman versus Leon 3? Usman all day. I mean, he was dominating the fight for the most part until he got caught with a head kick. So I'm going with, let me X out these tabs. I'm going with Usman to just wrestle him and control him. And he's going to go with a heavy wrestling attack just because of what happened in the first fight. Their second fight. I'm going to always confuse that. So, yeah, I'll take Oliver. I'll take Usman all day. I agree. When Petr said, want to be McGregor, I now see a Walmart McGregor in every O'Malley strike. Yeah. Volk could be invincible. Will Charles show love to Islam's corner? I'm sure he will. It's nothing personal. His fans are making it something personal. Conor versus Patty, as per Dana, yeah, I'm sure. In every poll I see, UFC poll, Bisbank's poll, Tapology, Dubronx seems to be way ahead of Islam in picks. Almost 70%. How does the betting favorite having Islam? I have no idea. No clue on that one. I have no idea how odds are made. Let's see what my poll is. Community tab. Yeah, mine's way ahead. Mine's 68% Oliveira, Makhachev 32%, with almost 1,000 votes. And 63% for Sterling, 37% for Dillashaw. So, yeah, I have no idea how odds are made, but yeah, press conference in 15 hours. Leon dominated Marty in the first round. Okay. Volk is taking damage. He just doesn't bleed as much. I mean, he's definitely taking some shots, but Volkanovski's very, very durable. Very, very durable. Chito versus Yan would be such a fun fight. I mean, sign me up for that. There was talk of that before the O'Malley fight came to fruition. Gamrot, Fiziev, Islam, Arman, even Justin Gaethje believe in Islam, while Chandler believes Oliveira and Dustin Poirier is not sure. Doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Volk pressure and stamina is uncanny. That it is. I agree Usman wins unless a KO. However, from how we've seen what a KO did to Tony, I don't know. Usman might be hesitant, not the same as well. Yeah, but also Tony's coming in on 3 weeks' notice for a fight he wasn't scheduled to fight, and then on 24 hours' notice gets a totally different opponent. God, could you imagine what Li Jingliang would have done to him? Do you believe if Sean wins, he gets a title shot? Yes, he will get a title shot for 100% certainty. Fiziev says he doesn't know, but if he had to say, Makhachev will win. How does Bryce do against Volk? Bryce gets destroyed by Volk. He would stuff the takedowns. Always more interesting what people in the same weight class think of Oliveira's versus Islam. Paul Felders and Volk believe in Islam. All righty. Well, we'll find out if they're right in a couple days. I can't wait. I can't wait to find out. If Sean beats Yan, do you think he can dethrone TJ Aljo? Depends how, but yes, if he beats Yan, I think he could beat Aljo or TJ, but it would all depend what happened. Volk versus Habib is my fantasy fight. That's never going to happen. Tony made 155 double time before the Justin fight. Who wins Chito Yan in a 5-rounder? I would say Yan via decision. If you look how thick Piotr's neck is, you'll understand O'Malley can't do anything to him. Maybe, maybe not. Would Li Jingliang beat him up worse than Nate because if Nate's better than Li Jingliang or vice versa? Li Jingliang would have beat him up worse. Li Jingliang would have dirted Nate as well. Volk versus Prime Tony at 155. I would take Prime Tony. We seem to have a UFC 280 prediction every day now. Basically, yep. It's UFC 280 fight week, bro. If Sean wins, does he fight Cheeto? No, he fights the winner of TJ and Aljo, which I think will be TJ. When Moreno beats Davison Figueiredo, yes, Moreno Pantoja 3 actually would be Moreno Pantoja 3. People say Leon never stopped believing, but sure seemed like he stopped when his I mean, they could say what they want. Leon was kind of defeated. He never thought he didn't think he was going to KO him in the 5th round in the last minute. Oliveira got laser eye surgery. That's probably why he started fighting better recently, but he just got it before this fight, didn't he? Also, Moises had some success with Islam, especially on the fence. I wouldn't be surprised if Charles takes down Islam off a trip or something. That would be straight up insanity. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if Charles Oliveira was to take down Islam? That'd be nuts. That'd be straight up nuts. Guys. Move that a little bit so I can see the chat a little bit better. Do you think Jorge's backstage fight with Leon helped his career a little bit more than his KO of Till? Probably. Is there a fight in this card that can top Glover Yuri? Maybe. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to top. Glover Teixeira versus Yuri Prochazka is one of the greatest MMA fights of all time. It's possibly my favorite MMA fight of all time. And now I got hiccups. That's how good Glover Teixeira Yuri was. It gave me hiccups. It's that good of a fight. Amazing light heavyweight title fight. Massive stakes. Massive momentum swings. Elite level skills with the title on the line. Crazy last second stoppage. I mean, does it get any better? Does it get any better than that? So I doubt it's going to be hard for anything to ever top Glover Yuri. Prime Tony the Boat. Okay. What if Figgy Moreno 4 ends in no contest? There'll be a 5th fight. Yeah. Were you hyped for Conor? No, I never even watched it. Never cared about it. I would never even talked about it on the channel if I had the channel then. Leon Edwards planned it. He can knock out Usman. Okay. Do you think eye surgery Olive's got might affect his fighting abilities? It's possible. I mean, but I would hope in a positive fashion. If Sean beats Petr, then Sean will probably call himself the real champ. I might even start calling him the real champ. I'll start calling him the real champ if he beats Petr. Islam out of the main event due to knee injury. Stop. Don't even say such a thing, bro. Don't even say such a thing. That's not even remotely funny. Do you think Jorge can KO Leon? It's possible, but doubtful. Is Glover Yuri better than Shemai Burns? Yes, without a doubt. Islam said he's going to see what Charles got on the feet. I think Charles TKOs him or submits him for real. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it would not surprise me one way or another if Oliveira finishes him in the 1st round, rocks him, and then submits him. But we will find out very soon. Let's see if there's any news that have come out recently. I'm going to go look real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go look. Doesn't seem like anything big has happened. It's crazy how old TJ is at this point. Da Ung Jung versus Devin Clark announced. Yeah, I don't see any. I just want to make sure. Yeah, that image of Charles Oliveira like walking through. Oh my God, he looks awful. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I got Charles because that ripe shitbag Chael is buttering up the Dagestani's heart. Plus, Charles has the skills to negate Islam. Still a competitive bout. Yeah, I mean, I think no matter who wins, It is a, I don't, just because it ends quickly doesn't mean they're not closely matched. Let me put it that way. But yeah, I think I wouldn't trust that. I mean, anything Chael's picking, Chael has the worst analysis in the entire fight game. So yeah, if Chael's picking Islam, I would feel very much more confident with a pick over picking of Charles Oliveira, because Chael Sonnen knows absolutely jack shit. He is a ripe shit bag for sure. Thank you for the $5 super chat. I greatly appreciate your $5 super chat. I'll make sure to put that towards my UFC 280 pay-per-view. Thank you, my friend. All right, where are we at? Only Charles is beating Islam if he keeps it on the feet, because his grappling is not better than Islam. If Islam gets him against the fence, it's over for Oliveira. I don't necessarily know, because Oliveira's got great knees in the clinch, man. So I don't know about all that. Brady over Bilal, who has the charm of sandpaper. Thank you for the $2 super chat. I got Brady via decision over Bilal Muhammad. It's going to be a close fight. It's going to be a gritty fight. It's going to be a mildly boring fight. I think Brady's going to win it with positional control. Positional control. Thank you for your $2 donation. I greatly appreciate you, NKS432. Thank you for your super chat. Appreciate you. Putting it towards UFC 280 pay-per-view for sure. Jones versus Ngannou in March per sources. I hope. That's what I would prefer. I don't want to see Jones versus Stipe unless Ngannou's gone. Okay. I feel like although Khabib most likely would never come back, even Charles calling him out after a win over Islam would definitely put Khabib in a weird spot. For sure. Put the pressure on him. There's no better fight than Charles Oliveira after a win over Islam versus Khabib Nurmagomedov for the lightweight title. Could you imagine the hype for that fight? Could you guys imagine? That's a dream fight of mine. How old is TJ? 36 years old. Like the stream. Yeah, guys, if you could, do me a favor. Like the stream and subscribe to the channel. Like the stream. We got 92 people in the stream right now. We got 54 likes. So if you guys could click the thumbs up button. Also, guys, in the chat, put in the chat, who would you pick in a fight between Charles Oliveira and Khabib Nurmagomedov? Let me know in the chat. Khabib or Oliveira, who would you pick? What's up, Panthers Rule? What do you think of Yuri's fight IQ? I love his style, but I'm not sure it's that high. Yeah, it's not very high. He doesn't have a good fight IQ. Who has a better career between Lawler and Ferguson? I don't know. I have to look at the resumes, but probably Lawler. Constantly says I'm taking Sean. Hey, yeah, airlift to O'Malley to the hospital. Doesn't come up. The emoji doesn't show up on StreamYard, unfortunately. Chael picks are wrong a lot. I believe whoever wins between Islam and Charles is going to be a dominant fashion, even though they're very evenly matched. Yeah, that's what I think as well. What's up? How you doing this evening? I'm doing good. How are you, Mario? How are you? Islam will show his grappling dominance. We will see. That's for sure. I mean, he's definitely going to try to grapple. I'm just curious how long until he shoots the first takedown. O'Malley looks like a parody. No way someone looks like that beats Yan. What's up, Bernie Mac? Oliveira has only 2 rounds to finish Islam. I think the later the fight goes, the more it favors Islam for sure. Oliveira evolved into something crazy, pretty crazy when you look at it for real. I know. It's nuts. I know you don't like YouTube boxing, but do you respect it? No, I don't respect that at all. What if Piotr targets the nerves and shut down the leg? Everyone will complain it's a fluke. I bring this to say this. Turns off, yeah. He just talks in circles. Chael Sonnen has been talking in circles for literal years. For literal years, Chael Sonnen has been talking in circles. How much pay-per-view would Khabib versus Charles would do, and how much would Dana pay Khabib? I don't know. It would do over 1 million pay-per-view buys, in my opinion. If Chimaev shot a takedown on someone like Sean Brady right away, would he get it? Hard to say. Does O'Malley have a weak nerve in his legs? Now, he just got brittle legs in general. Do you think Charles rushing out immediately and closing the gap is smart? I think he needs to put the pressure, but he needs to be a little bit more measured, and I think he will be. Charles, if you win Saturday, Habib finishes Charles. Honestly, has to be Habib. On the ground, Habib standing Charles. Oliveira beats Habib. I really like Habib. Liked and subscribed. You're a pretty cool individual, brother. Respect. Thank you. I appreciate your support. I'm glad you found the channel. I'm assuming you just found it today. And that's why you said liked and subscribed. So that's awesome, man. Appreciate you. Very much. It's hard to say before Charles versus Islam. I'll wait. Call me Sunday. I'll call you Sunday, my friend. If Beneil wins and Charles, I can see them headlining UFC Brazil. It's possible. I think Volk's going to get that shot, though. Hard, but I have to go Charles. I'd go Habib Nurmagomedov, honestly, which sounds crazy, but I'd go Habib. I bet they're going to influence. Yeah, I don't even care about that. The UFC needs to hire MMA Joe. He's such a great guy. Yeah, sure. Dude saying the Habib stuff seems like bots. You think? No. Let's go Pink Poodle. Volk breakdown on the Oliveira versus Islam fight is an awesome breakdown. Okay. DC has some of the most biased commentary in the game. He has an irritating streak. No wonder people favor Jones. I hate DC on commentary. So I wish he was not on commentary for 280. He just diminishes the card a little bit. He just diminishes the card. I think you said this before. You don't watch the embedded episodes. But what about these for 280? I've not watched any, but I will try to. Just to get me hyped, you know. Hamzat was 12-1 favorite against Diaz. Anytime someone's that big of a favorite, will that ever be a good main event? I mean, I guess it's possible, but that one wouldn't have. Who's a better coach between Javier and Trevor Whitman? No idea. Haven't trained with him. Don't know. Honestly, see Islam going for panic, takedown, getting subbed by guillotine. That's a real possibility. I agree. That is a real possibility. Will Charles' crew of Slim Shadys be with him at the press conference? Probably. Did Sean leg break in the Cheetah fight? Basically, it just shut down. No one wants to fight Volk. People want to fight Volk. Volk is a bad dude. The real reason people high on Islam is because they miss Habib and he's close as they have to having him back. Agreed. DC commentary was good for Justin Habib fight, though. No bias. I don't remember that one specifically, but maybe. I think Charles would lose to Habib. I still give Habib his hardest fight in his career. Could be very well true. I mean, can you imagine how big Habib Nurmagomedov versus Charles Oliveira would be? I just think Habib, his pressure, he'd be able to get Charles down right away, and he'd be able to control him and avoid the submission. Where I think Islam kind of waits, and it doesn't close the distance as well. It doesn't have as good as pressure. DC, okay, read that. I think, okay, Bisbing and DC are the best. Lol. What's wrong with Volk? I like him. I never said anything about him. Volk be smashing fools that he does. Thoughts on my parlay? Charles Oliveira, Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Nikita Krylov. Terrible. I think TJ beats Aljamain Sterling and Petr Yan beats Sean O'Malley, and those are my two most confident out of the four. I think Krylov can win and Oliveira will win, but the other two picks I'm not a big fan of. But you never know. You could be right. It seems to me after watching too many videos that Islam has given up his neck quite frequently. He always gets out, but this is going to be different. We will see. I want to see if he shoots in, if he gets clipped and shoots in on a desperation takedown. Because my initial pick was originally Oliveira hurts him on the feet. Islam Makhachev shoots in on a desperation takedown and then gets guillotined. But after I thought about it, I said, you know what? Oliveira's going to just spark him out on the feet. DC's biased commentary is the price we pay for the MMA gods to keep UFC 280 untouched. You should definitely watch the embedded episodes. You'll get more insight on what's going on. I will watch them. Are you going to read Ben Askren's new book? Am I going to watch Brendan Schaub's new podcast? No. The answer is no. Habib would run through Charles. Wouldn't even be close. It'd be interesting. Habib would make a fortune in just one fight. Imagine if he comes back. Imagine Oliveira just sparks out Islam. That'd be nuts. Imagine him calling out, "Where you at, Habib?" I know he doesn't speak English, but "Where you at, Habib?" Just like similar to Nick Diaz calling out GSP. Charles speaks like he's spitting straight bars. He would make a decent rapper. Habib is a hog. I think he's better than Islam. He's definitely better than Islam. TJ going to smash Sterling. I agree. I'm very confident TJ Dillashaw gets it done and is a 3-time bantamweight champion. DC, I think he took it responsibility of explanation, even if he didn't know what's going on. I think he would take anything like it's fact. I don't even know what we're talking about there. What time is 280 starting in your time zone? 10 a.m. In my opinion, if TJ gets the belt back, he's the bantamweight GOAT. He could be. Oliveira round 2 KO, Aljo decision, Yan round 2 or 3 finish. Would you rather watch Brendan Schaub's breakdown of any fight ever? No, I would never watch that ever. Gun to my head. Who do you got? Who do you got for the title fight, Joey? I got Charles Oliveira via first round TKO, and I have TJ Dillashaw. Let's see. Well, hold on. Now I got this going off somehow. I click on my thing. Why is this not working? But yeah, I'm confident. I am very confident in TJ Dillashaw. Charles Oliveira is a toss-up, to be quite honest. Can't believe 280's at 9 a.m. Will you dye your hair blind? Charles wins. No, I will never. I still remember when Volk was asking TKZ if he wanted to continue during the fight. That is very true. Why is UFC's channel going live? I have no idea. They better get corner reaction. Islam getting flatline. Need to see Habib's face. I agree. Embedded definitely builds up the hype, gets you more excited. Yeah, I got to watch it. I got to watch that and the countdown. Card starts at 7 a.m. where I'm at. That's crazy because you're in like Western time zone, right? Imagine what a star Oliveira would be if he spoke English. Who cares what I don't care what language he speaks. I don't think he would necessarily be any bit. I think he already is very popular, and I don't think him speaking English makes him so much more popular. I think it's just the way you carry yourself, and I think he's getting there. What's up, Eddie? I don't know you don't like YouTube boxing, but since a person who got you into MMA is doing it now, no, I will not watch it. Nope. Everyone laughed when Schaub said he was going into comedy, but nobody's laughing now. Yeah, I mean, very true. Very true. Watching in Scotland, 7 p.m. main card start time. That you lucky son of a gun. You lucky son of a gun. That's a fake UFC channel that has the McGregor interview. Weirdos making fake channels. Guys, if you have not yet liked the stream, I need your guys' help. Okay? Like the stream. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. We'll go for a little bit longer. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. We are at 5,502 subscribers, guys. So we are cruising on our way to 6,000 subs. 6,000 subs, here we come. We'll be there in no time. We just hit 5,000. So we're halfway to 6,000 now. But yeah, like the stream, subscribe to the channel. As always, I would greatly appreciate it. What would you say happen with Islam if he loses? I want to see him versus Conor McGregor, but I don't know what would happen. Normally, pay-per-view cards, do you think he'd successfully fight his way into another title shot? Who would you match him up? I'd match him up with Conor, and depending on how the division was laid out, 2-3 fights away from another title shot. The way Oliveira fights is just so entertaining. I know. Do you think boxing with BJJ is a good MMA base, or would you rather favor Muay Thai and BJJ? I think they're both good. I think they're both solid bases. That fake McGregor interview pops up every day for me, really. I've never seen it. Do you know the MMA guru? I do not know him. I know of his existence, and that's about it. If TJ gets the belt back, is he bantamweight GOAT? Probably not yet, but close. Maybe a little bit more work. And maybe. Like the show, like, subscribe, because I'm enjoying it. I do this all the time. I do these streams all the time, especially during big fight weeks like Charles Oliveira, Islam Makhachev. So yeah. And I do these streams every single Wednesday at 6 p.m. Max Holloway, first opponent at lightweight. I think he's going to wait and see Volk go up and hopefully stay at lightweight before he goes up there. But if not, I don't know. I think he's going to sit out for a bit. I think he's going to sit out. It doesn't pop up in StreamYard, but thank you, Blaze One Sports, for the 9 months of membership. And still, .. number one MMA channel, great content. Thank you for being a member, Blaze One Sport. Thank you for using your monthly super chat message to send a message with kind words. I greatly appreciate you. Thank you for being a member, and I really do appreciate the support, and I'm happy to have you. And you've been a long time supporter of the channel, and I greatly appreciate it. If anybody else wants to become a member of the channel, you get a badge next to your name, which basically guarantees your question gets answered. You get access to the members Discord where we talk MMA 24/7. You get extra live stream replays, and you get custom emojis to use in the chat as well as the comments, including Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz, Khamzat Chimaev, all that good stuff. The link is down in the description, but I'll also post it in the chat. It is $3 a month if you want to become a member of the channel. Thank you, Blaze One Sports. I greatly appreciate your support and appreciate you, my friend. Take it easy. I hope all is well with you. Okay. I think Oliveira is going to come out swinging. I think he KOs Islam within 3 minutes. Yeah, I said late first round TKO for Charles Oliveira. I said late first round TKO. What are the chances Charles Islam going past round 3? I'll say 30% chance. Who would you have between Islam and Saruki in 2 years from now? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's tough to say. I'd probably go Islam, but it's hard to say. My friend fell asleep before Justin Gaethje versus Charles Oliveira. That sucks for him. I couldn't put TJ over Cruz, to be honest. That's what I was thinking. Oliveira's run reminds me of Lawler's run at 170. No one expected him to get the title, and when he did, every fight was a must-see TV. I expected him to get the title. I expected it to get him. I just want TJ fight to go the distance is my only ask. Why that? Would you watch YouTube MMA? No, I would not watch YouTube MMA ever. Never, 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 never. My favorite UFC post-fight speech is the one of Charles getting booed, and he thanked fans, saying, "I love y'all. I hope one day you'll applaud me." Have you never seen it? Never seen people talk about it. I don't remember that one, but I probably saw it for sure. Lots of lurkers. There's always lurkers. I mean, people just like watching. They don't want to participate. I never participated in any YouTube live stream ever until I had a channel. Never commented on any YouTube video ever before I had the channel. And still don't very, very rarely do I now. So I understand. But yeah, if you guys are lurking and you haven't liked the stream yet, like the stream. We're at 67 likes, so we're getting up there. We're getting up there. Do you think Charles can make 145? I mean, he couldn't make it back when he used to be much smaller, so I find it doubtful, but he would probably get a nutritionist or something. He should try making 155 first. That is very true. What is up, bro? Do you feel your preferences or dislike of certain fighters can sway your predictions? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I picked Conor to beat Dustin at 257. Yeah, so. Yep. There's no point in letting bias sway your predictions. Absolutely not. How high are you on Topuria? Future champion or no? Future contender. Future contender for sure. I feel like bantamweight may have passed TJ by, if not yet. He's getting up there in age. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting up there in age. He's definitely getting up there in age. So, yeah, I don't know how long he's going to be around, but he might have one last title run in him and then probably get starched by one of these up-and-coming guys, and then he's gone. If Islam wins, he has a bunch. Armin, Gamrot, Fiziev, Moises are very good prospects. Islam picked a couple of them off when they were young and green. Charles will find them tough too. Makes sense to me. How much of a chance do you think there is Charles Islam goes the distance? I'll say 25% chance. We have, okay, no, it's not 7. You just need to refresh. Charles seems to be worried. I don't know about that. What is it? How many likes is it? We're at 67 likes. It's showing me on my thing. What's your success rate on predictions if you keep track? I'm on Tapology. I got like a 60% success rate right now. So on full card predictions. So not bad, not great. You could use some improvement. Which is the prospect you have the most confidence in becoming champion? Rafael Fiziev. Yan looked way faster than O'Malley at open workouts. I feel like he could make it look easy. I mean, it all depends. Sometimes those open workouts, people just like to mess around, you know? So I wouldn't put too much into it. Charles seems to be worried about future fights. What seems to happen? People always say that anytime somebody says anything remotely about the future. Sebastian816, thank you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate your donation, my friend. Thank you. What's good, Joey? By a miracle, I got off work early Saturday. We'll be tuning into your stream and watching the fights. Let's go, Charles. I am so happy for you. That is a miracle, and I can't wait to talk to you during the UFC 280 stream, my friend. Happy to have you, and thank you for being a member, as well as thank you for your $5 super chat. I will put that towards UFC 280. So thank you. Are you high on Bo Nickel? Not particularly. I think he's overhyped right now. Are there any good sports bar that show the UFC in Baltimore? No idea, because I don't drink or really go to bars, so I don't know who shows them, to be quite honest. Let's go, Ralph. I don't know what you're talking about. Since O'Malley brought up Yan turning down Cheeto, I need to see O'Malley Cheeto rematch for real. If you want to talk crap, run it back. There you go. I agree. I think a lot of people want to see that rematch. It'll happen one day. Lokayev, future champion, seems likely. Future contender for sure. Future champion, maybe. Wait, are you streaming on Saturday? Yes. I will be streaming this Saturday. So, you guys, it better be a big stream, okay? I'm streaming the biggest pay-per-view of the year. I really want to grow the channel. I'm trying to just grind to 10K subscribers. So, I think the biggest card of the year, and I'm not streaming it, I got to. So, I'm going to stream that one. I might skip the next one after that. I don't know. But, yeah, I will be streaming live during UFC 280. So, I'll schedule that on Friday. I may not stream tomorrow. I'm not planning on streaming tomorrow, but you never know. I'm going to stream one championship on Friday as well as a UFC 280 pre-fight stream. And then Saturday, I'll be streaming the fights as well as a live post-fight immediately following the event. Volk as a lightweight, low-key, looking like Guida. No. One guy who's underrated is Shavkat. I think he's more cerebral fighter than Hamzat and just as talented. Shavkat is kind of underrated, but I think a lot of people are catching on, though. I think a lot of people are catching on. If Charles would have made weight for Gaethje, he'd be fighting for Khabib's most lightweight title defense record, making Khabib return even more enticing. I still consider it that way, though. I guess so. Imagine streaming a mid-card like last week. Oh, I see what you're saying. Topuria versus Mitchell, Movsar, Cater, Allen. How do these fights go? Topuria beats Mitchell. Topuria loses to Movsar. Topuria loses to Cater. And Topuria beats Allen. There you go. Boom. 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 Are there any good haunted houses in Baltimore? I don't know. I haven't been to a lot. I like dance clubs, though. Okay. Do you post your bets? I don't make bets, really. So I thought about going to bet on TJ, but I don't really do too many bets. Maybe when online betting gets legalized, which will be very, very, like in the next month or two, supposedly, I might make a few small bets here and there, but I'm not much of a gambler. You know, I'm not really into it at all. Do you think Poirier would have walked down Diaz? Probably, yeah. I picked 6 guys in welterweight before they were ranked to be future of the division. Only guy who hasn't made it is Baeza. Congratulations, my friend. I don't mean that sarcastic. That sounded kind of sarcastic, but yeah, it's awesome when you can do that. It's awesome when you can do it. It feels good too. You think the UFC should promote Shavkat more? I think they will. I mean, the Jeff Neal fight, they're going to get a lot of promotion behind him. But yeah, I think Shavkat pretty soon will start picking up the promotional beast of the UFC. I like one more than UFC because I'm a kickboxing Muay Thai fan because anything, you the GOAT for doing one. Yeah, I used to not watch GOAT. Used to not watch GOAT. Used to not watch one because of the weird times, but now they're doing now that they're doing what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to think. Now that they're doing times that are convenient for an East Coast audience or United States audience, I can watch them. Now, they used to be like 6 o'clock in the morning. Would you rather eat 6 back of the head shots from Chimaev or 3 illegal knees from Izzy? I'll take them both simultaneously. Diaz beats Poirier by a sub in later rounds. Nah, no. Poirier would mess him up. You know, you can start streaming early to welcome people and have a guest book so you can leave a name and number. What? Unpopular opinion, Rob's a more complete fighter than Izzy, who edges him out because of physical gifts. Maybe so. Where's the Venom tattoo? It's right on one of my ass cheeks, okay? What would your first investment be if you won a $5 million lottery? I don't know. I'm not sure what I would buy or invest in. The fighters I picked were Hamzat, Shavkat, Brady, Pereira, D-Rod, and Baeza back in 2020. That are all solid predictions right there. No, you cannot. But it's legalized as of 2 years ago, I think. It was voted to be legalized, but they haven't gone live yet. It's not. Apparently, they're doing all these different things. But soon it's supposed to be out before. It was supposed to be out before the NFL season. And now it's supposed to be out by the end of the year, from what I've heard. But I don't pay close attention to it because I don't really care that much. We are live. Bruce Buffer voice. Yeah, we are live. It's time. Can you imagine when he says it's time and we're talking about the main event of UFC 280? Incredible. Have you ever seen a clip where Shavkat got dropped badly? No, I did not see that. I think the future of welterweight division is a game of musical chairs between Brady, Hamzat, and Shavkat. Yeah, because Colby, Burns, I don't know how old Burns is. Colby and Usman are getting up there in age. Who do you think wins this grappling duel, Habib, Gordon Ryan, or Islam? I don't know who Gordon Ryan is, so I can't answer that one. He's a jiu-jitsu guy, right? I've never watched him because I don't necessarily care about that type of stuff. Vince says he cannot wait for Saturday. Neither can we. You more interested in Charles Islam or Ngannou Jones? Probably about the same interest level. To be quite honest. They're both massive fights. It'll be a sad day when Bruce Buffer retires. I know. It'd be very sad. Sup, Joey? Rogan has checked out like a couple years ago, I feel. We just talked about this last night. I agree. 100%. All right, guys. If you have any final questions, throw them in the chat. We've gone for over an hour and a half. And honestly, if you look at the channel, right, we have streamed 2.5 hours yet, 2 hours and 40 minutes yesterday, 2 hours and 46 minutes the day before, and then 2 days before 2 hours. So we got like 6, 7, we got like 7.5. Then 8, we've gone 9 hours of streaming in the last few days, not including Saturday or Friday of last week. So we've got a lot. So if you got any final questions, throw them in the chat. I will be live Friday yet again. This is the weekly live chat. We go live every single Wednesday. Do me a favor, guys, and like the stream, and subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. We'll answer some final questions. We need to clone Bruce so we can have him forever. I agreed. Yes, Shavkat almost got finished badly with an overhand right. It's on YouTube. I'll have to look that up. Who you got between Leon and Kamaru? How would Prime Anderson Silva would do against current top 5 at middleweight? I think he beats them all. Man, I just got here. I'm sorry, Vince. You can go back and rewatch. It's solid. It's solid. I'll be back on Friday, my friend. And I got literally like 10 hours of streams on the channel. I know it's not the same, but still. Charles or Islam, which is more winnable for Volt? Charles. Joey, if Sterling beats TJ Yan for a third time and defending the belt against the winner of Corey Vera, I believe he's the bantamweight GOAT. Fine, fair enough to me. Joey the GOAT, appreciate you. Yeah, if you guys want to fill the chat with nothing but nice messages about me to end the stream, I would greatly appreciate it. You made it where I can't watch any other MMA YouTube channels. You set the bar so high. See, that's what I was talking about. I saw both those messages, and I said, you know what? Just fill the chat. Fill the chat up. Just compliment me before we end the stream. I'm kidding. Hamzat emojis. Appreciate you. Computer, a.k.a. Just imagine the hardcore streamers averaging 9 hours a day. That's nuts. That is absolutely nuts. Prime Silva versus Alex Pereira. I'll take Prime Silva. Prime Silva versus Yuri. I'll take Prime Silva just because I'm a Anderson Silva fanboy. What's 7 a.m. PT in the UK? I have no clue, dude. You're going to have to Google that one. No worries, bro. I'm just breaking balls. Joey, don't end the stream. I will be back on Friday, and honestly, I'll probably be back before then. Next thing you know, I'll be back in 2 hours streaming for all we know. I don't know. I think that does it. Most real MMA streamer. Appreciate you. You got to become a member of the channel. The link is in the chat. You also get to join the members Discord. You also get a loyalty badge next to your name. It's a way to support the channel, and you get a bunch of extra stuff. The link is down in the description, but I will post the link one more time in the chat. If anybody wants to become a member, if you enjoy these streams, you'll enjoy being part of our Discord. We discuss MMA all day, every single day. So here's the link if anyone wants to become a member. If you have any final questions, this is your chance. It's your last chance till Friday. Okay. Shout out to MMA Joey for the elite content and streams. Let's go, O'Malley. Piotr's in for a rough night. We will see. Do you really believe that, though? I think that's just your heart telling you that because you love O'Malley. You love him so much. I hope the Sugar Show gets derailed. He will. Joey, how does Brent Primus do in the UFC? Doesn't do too well. Gets destroyed. Caitlin or Fuhrer? I have a full breakdown and prediction on the channel, but I am going Manon Fuhrer by TKO. If you guys are looking for any of my predictions for UFC 280, I've linked them all down in the description of this very stream, so you can easily find them. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like the stream. And I will see you guys on Friday or Saturday when I stream UFC 280 and give you guys my live reactions to the fights. Thank you guys so much for watching, and enjoy the rest of your night. Good night.